Hello, welcome back to my channel, and this week we're going to be talking about art block. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about art block. If you're an artist of any kind of sort, you probably already know about art block. It's when you can physically feel like you can't make anything. Like you just don't want to draw, you don't want to do any creative endeavour at all. I'm pretty sure every single person that makes something or they identify themselves as an artist would have felt like this at some point. And so, just over the last couple of years since I started drawing, it always seems to come and go. But I do have a couple of tips and tricks that might be able to help y'all if you're struggling with it. And just while I talk about it here in the background, I am just doing a little bit of inking for a test page for my little comic project. I'm not sure if it's going to be a full thing just yet, but I am working away at it, kind of chipping away at the pieces as the weeks go on and on. And so that's just my character there, Camille, running through a street that I'm inking in the video. Also, if you've gotten this far, please make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and we'll get into the video. Thanks. A few ways that I found over the course of the few years that I've been drawing is to draw something that you like. So I know not everyone that's probably watching this video has ever done art in a professional kind of manner, but I have. Not in the sense of like a full-time job, but I have done projects where I've had to meet a deadline, and I found that when you are drawing for a paycheck essentially, that it can drain you so quickly. If it's not something that you want to draw, it feels like you don't want to draw at all. I don't know if that's just me or if anyone else kind of feels like that. It can be very, very draining to draw something that you're just not interested in. And so, even if you are in the space where you're doing art for a living, always make sure to go back to what made you start art in the first place. Why did you pick up the pencil? What did you want to draw? What do you enjoy drawing? And really just make sure that you have some time built into your schedule to do something like that. Otherwise, your passion for art will go if you're not careful. Yeah, say in the comments there, have you ever done any kind of gig work, any professional work where you just feel like you run out of steam? It can be very demanding, and even after you're done drawing, say 10, 15, 20 hours, there might not be time for you to draw your own stuff, but it is very important to make a little bit of a schedule or space for that, just so you don't lose it to begin with. The next tip that I have is to take a break. Sometimes you are just drawing all the time. Maybe you're kind of forcing yourself to draw and you're kind of burning yourself out. So if anyone's ever felt a bit burnt out from drawing, you'll know that you just don't want to do anything at all. It might just be not just drawing, but anything in general. You feel burnt out, you feel like you can't do anything else. And it can be quite scary to come to that realization that you do feel burnt out. So the most important thing is to pace yourself or to take a break if you're feeling like this. I find that realistically, I need to take a break probably every 4 to 6 weeks and just do nothing with art for a little while. Otherwise, I feel like it's just a little bit too overwhelming for me. Is anyone else like that? I can't be the only one, but I found that if I really try to push myself outside of that 4 to 6 week window, that I can go a little bit longer, but after I'm done whatever project I'm doing or any kind of goals that I have in mind, I will just stop drawing for 2, 3, 4 weeks, and that's not any better. So this definitely helps me to keep down my burnout when it comes to drawing. The next tip that I have is to do a challenge. So especially in my younger days, I was obsessed with challenges. So I would do those draw this in your styles, I would draw other people's characters. I was just obsessed with making art a challenge. And by doing that, I also learned so much as well. And, there could have been some deadlines for these draw this in your styles, but I was able to still take it at my pace and do what I needed to do to feel like it was a little bit more fun than just trying to come up with something from scratch. But draw this in your styles were probably the only thing I drew, I'd say, for 2, maybe even 3 years, and I've been drawing for 5. So it was a major source of inspiration and fun that I really enjoyed. Of course, I drew my own stuff in between, but I was doing draw this in your styles so often that I learned so much from them. And so I know it's still a huge hashtag here on Instagram, and you can find loads of them even on TikTok. It's on every single platform you can think of. And so those are a great one. Another type of challenge are those monthly challenges. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of Inktober or Mermay, but basically you just draw a set of prompts for a full month, and it really helps you improve your skills. And it also feels like when you get to the end goal of it, if you've ever done the full 30 days, you might feel a little bit more satisfaction from doing that. And it is a lot more fun because you're kind of given a prompt. You don't have to think about it from scratch. The next tip that I do want to give you is to turn off social media. Please. I find that, social media, it can be a great source of inspiration. There's so many amazing artists out there and so many great tutorials and tips and educational material there online. But on the same side of that, it is a bit of a double-edged sword, where if you look at social media for too long, you might start to reflect on your own skills or your ability and start to feel a little bit more down about not being able to draw as well as these people that you look up to. So I have found that even in some cases, like, I might be really excited to draw, and then I spend an hour, maybe 2 hours on Pinterest just scrolling, and then by the end of it, I feel so deflated and like I'll never be able to do it. So yeah, if you're feeling that bit of pressure from social media, just turn it off, don't look at it, and that way you're not going to be burnt out or overwhelmed with this type of art block. And then my last tip, I'm sure everyone's heard this, from exercising to even building a habit every single day, but I swear when I say that it works, and it works every single time, is you just have to carve out 5 minutes. I find most times I'll tell myself, okay, I'm just going to take a moment, just do 5 minutes, and then by the end of it I don't have to do it anymore. And I find every single time that I pick up a pencil or I go to my desk to draw something on Photoshop or in Clip Studio Paint, that I tend to draw for hours afterwards because I end up really enjoying what I'm doing. And so that's one of the best tips that I can give you, is just do 5 minutes. If that's all you can do for the day, that is perfectly fine. But I guarantee you, once you start, you're not going to want to stop, and you can keep going throughout the night like I have many times. And there you have it. That's my 5 tips to stop art block. If you have any other tips you want to mention in the comments, if any of these ones work for you, please let me know. And, it's just a few things that I've found that really work for myself, or they're kind of issues that kind of stop me from starting and stopping art to begin with. Now, if you have made it this far in the video, I do want to say thank you. And I just ask, if you're interested, I do have my own Etsy shop. If you want to support this channel, there is the link in my description and on my channel. I do cute animal keychains and stickers, and I also have a book. So please check it out if you're interested in supporting. But any kind of like, subscribe, or comment on the video, share even, helps immensely. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!